Good day, welcome. This is your Daily Med with Lady V. Grace and peace be multiplied. Today we look at St. Matthew chapter 4, verse 18 through verse 20. Jesus' call to service. We will see Jesus calling here four fishermen and allowing them to know that he will make them not fishers of fish, but fishers of men. While I was going to Sunday school as a little girl, I remember we used to sing this little song, I will make you fishers of men if you follow me. Jesus wants us to be fishers of men because he has called us to follow him. St. Matthew chapter 4 verse 18 through verse 20. It's also St. Mark chapter 1 verse 16 through 20. And Jesus, walking by the Sea of Galilee, saw two brothers, Simon called Peter and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishermen. Then he said to them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. They immediately left their nets and followed him. Bible says, going on from there, he saw two other brothers, James the son of Zebedee and John his brother, in the boat with Zebedee their father, mending their nets. He called them, and immediately they left the boat and their father and followed him. So here we see the call to four fishermen who would become four disciples of our Lord Jesus Christ. When these four fishermen were fishing, it's their livelihood, it's their occupation. They must have known or heard about Jesus before and took it a great privilege and a wonderful opportunity to leave their nets, to leave their way of a livelihood, and to follow Jesus. They had to know what kind of person he was and was very willing to do it. The Bible says they did it immediately. Jesus told Andrew and his brother Peter to leave their fishing business. He says, I want you to become fishers of men. I want you to help others to find me. So Jesus called them away from their productive trade to be productive spiritually. So they were both productive in the natural when they were catching fish, and now they would be productive in catching, as it were, men, calling men to come to Christ. We as his followers, we as his disciples today need to fish for souls. Jesus was saying to these men, it's a good thing to fish for fish, but better yet to fish for souls, to bring the lost ones into the fold. If we as his children, his disciples, practice Christ's teaching, we will be able to draw those around us to Christ, like a fisherman who pulls fish into his boat with his nets. These men's responsibility were to follow Christ. Christ's responsibility was to make them successful fisher of men. Their following of Christ involves more than physical nearness. It included a relationship with Him. It included their imitation of the character of Christ. Yes, this was to be a ministry of character. What they were more important than what they said or actually did. They had to grow in their Christian walk as we do, to become more and more like Christ and to imitate the things that He did. So just as with Peter and Andrew, we are to avoid the temptation to substitute eloquence or personal cleverness or any arguments of any sorts for true spirituality. In following Christ, the disciples learn to go where the fishes are. They know where they swim. They know what time they come out. They know what kind of bait to use, the proper line. And so as fishers of men, they had to endure discomfort. They had to endure inconvenience. They had to be patient and sometimes just put the net and get out of sight. Jesus knew that they were familiar with all these things, and so Jesus would have used the occupation that they were used to allow them to have the same concepts of fishing for souls. Peter and Andrew heard the call. They responded, as we say, immediately. They responded in true faith. They left their nets in true commitment, and in devotion they followed Jesus. This motivated them to get up and to leave their fishing job, their occupation, and they did not make any excuses about why it wasn't a good time, why it wasn't the right time. They left at once and followed Jesus. Jesus' call. He is calling each and every one of us who have come to believe on Him to follow Him. Not a part of the way, but all the way. And He says you will be successful because I will be with you always, even unto the end of the world. So when Jesus asks us to serve Him in whatever capacity He is asking, we must be like the disciples and do it at once. He says, come follow me, then let us follow him. We have seen Peter and John did it. We have seen Andrew and James doing it. And so he is expecting no less of us that we will follow him. God bless you. Thank you again for watching. Please subscribe. It is free. Like, share, also comment, and continue to visit my YouTube channel, Daily Med with Lady V.